All right, the very first game of this weekend has started.
This looks to be a pretty good game too. I think these teams
Yep.
are pretty evenly matched, especially
hmm
considering, top 5 versus top 5 at NBL consistently. They have really long fights. Or not NBL, ESL, my bad.
Absolutely.
I think TP's gonna have trouble dealing with Showtime's inside. Because Attila and Tim are very good at teamwork on Admirals.
Absolutely. And as you can see, Sam is playing sniping row, and he's tangling with Rubik, who is using the telescope.
Oh yeah, if he stays close to Rubik, he's utterly useless as well.
Yep.
So he'll have all the pressure on him. Ooh, MWest took a mean crit for 1,000.
Yep.
But he's pretty tanky, so. Looks like Hurricane is still playing Scope, but he has Showtime on him on the outside. Attila just ate an 800 Dura crit. Oh, and he's talking. I don't know if I agree with that, but if it makes him do better, go ahead.
That's a unique skill you can't possess, man.
Rinc 25 trash talk. Ooh, if he timed that right, that was a crit on Hurricane. Did you see that?
Yeah, very close.
Looks like Tim's in melee with Maelstrom. I do wonder if they have Training Bomb on these PLAs. I didn't get a chance to look. But it would make sense. They're doing a good job of keeping Rubik on the inside as well with the scope.
Yep. And they have Showtime on Hurricane as well.
Oh yeah, and MWest on Neverlast.
And at this range, the telescope is not so lethal.
Oh no, not at all. You're basically hitting him with a pea shooter at this range.
Yep. And as you can see, somebody from the Showtime team has the heavy bombing sailor equipment on. Tsunami had the purple light on his ship.
Wait, I believe that's Sam 98. That's a big issue for snipers because that lowers your accuracy as well, so you're going to do a lot less damage through tanks. I mean, if you have a cannon like a high Perrier or a carronade, suddenly you're no longer a tank buster, which...
Right.
Looks like Hurricane has gotten free from Showtime though, and Showtime has moved on to Rubik. If I was
Rubik still, yeah.
If I was Sam, ooh, that could be death on Tim. Aw, Hurricane just barely missed the crit.
And if you notice, Hurricane is using telescope with Canon 2020s, I would say.
But that is a deadly combination because unlike most cannons with telescope, cannons are still incredibly close when they get their effective range.
Especially when you can gain the range, you can use all 3 attack skills, and they become even more dangerous.
Oh yeah. Ooh, very low crit on Tsunami. It does seem like the fight is a little disorganized. I don't think members have set roles on what they need to attack.
Basically, we have 3 groups of people, kind of like fighting, minding their own business.
Sam is doing a good job of keeping their snipers set, though. He's on Rubik now. He swapped over from Hurricane from previously.
Yep.
But Rubik has that special effect on his ship, so he's not going to do much damage to their insiders, even if he does hit. Assuming that they use evasion, of course.
Now Hurricane is locked down by both Showtime and Attila, and team is heading toward that way.
Well, and you gotta be careful with Tim and Attila nearby you, because they both run tank buster cannons, and they can turn on their offense in an instant. But, same can be said for Hurricane.
Yep.
Ooh, that is a crit 1,000. It appears Hurricane, Maelstrom, and Tsunami are all running tank. I think they're going to rely on Rubik and Neverlast heavily to break through this defense.
Absolutely. And if you see, most people's Dura is pretty good.
Well,
Only MWest is below 1600. Everyone else is above that line.
Most importantly, both admirals are still above 1600, with Hurricane having the slight advantage, but that shouldn't become an issue until we hit the 1400s.
Right.
I've been looking for minus 250 mines, but I'm not seeing them. I don't think either team has a dedicated miner, which is very interesting because that is destructive in these types of long-winded fights.
Yep.
Ooh, 1200 crit on the M-West.
Yep. M-West next door is down to 1524.
If he goes down another 100, I'm pretty sure he's in one-shot range for Neverlast and Rubik, even if he's full defensive. It's hard to say who has the advantage. I think both teams have been pretty even. I've seen a very similar amount of crits on both sides.
Me too. It will be a very equal game, to my humble opinion. And you see they swapped the positions. Now Showtime and Sam98 are pretty much freed from enemies, while two telescope from their team, Korean's team, are kind of like inside for a moment.
What, and Rubik is up against the wall. He really has nowhere to go. If Sam turns around and keeps him pressured, he's utterly trapped on that inside.
And Rubik just got heavy bombed again.
Yeah, he did. I can tell you from experience, this heavy bomb, most annoying skill in the game. You're having a good time, you're sailing around, wind blowing through your hair, suddenly you're anchored and you got, can't remember the word for it. I was gonna make a joke.
Basically, you're just stalled.
Yeah. Just stalled method.
So there was a crit on Neverlast for almost 700.
That's going to be about 18 points against this Dura, I believe.
Yeah. Now on the other side, you see Hurricane trying to gain some distance with the help from Tsunami.
Oh yeah, and if he gains distance, he can be dangerous, because that rower, he for sure has refined rowing. If he turns on row, he's going to be max speed almost immediately.
I can't remember, but does M West engage with Millstone in Chaos? Oh, that was afterwards.
Well, I believe it was afterwards. But Maelstrom does have Training Bomb or Secret Blast.
Yep.
So they're going to have to be careful.
You see the minus 600 something.
Ooh, that's a crit on Maelstrom. Ooh, 1435. That was close.
Yeah. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, it was. I believe Maelstrom might have Chain D. I don't think he has Hernan equipped. Or Arthur. Because Showtime showed himself having Flame against him earlier, so he should have swapped, but I don't think he has it. Oh, they gotta be careful. Hurricane's getting some speed. Showtime smartly goes for full defense and using his Rinc 25 trash talk.
I'm wondering where I can install that mold.
So it's a Evo Navi accessory.
Let's see. Ultimate speaking tube.
Yeah.
As you can see, Hurricane is hurrying his way towards the site of the fight.
Wait, looks like he's going for Sam, but personally, I don't think that's a good opinion. Typically, you don't want to go towards the person who can slow you down.
Absolutely.
But it looks like they're trying to surround him, so maybe this is a good idea. Maybe I'm mistaken.
On the other side, they're doing 2v1. Showtime, MOS, and Millstone.
Ooh, big crit on the Sam, minus 1300.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're separated into two major fights. And Tim is breaking away from Attila. Let's see how that works out, because in my opinion, they have a very strong 2v2.
And now they don't have the advantage in terms of numbers around Attila as the admiral.
Oh no, it looks like he's outnumbered, but I believe they're going for Sam, so I don't think there's any real pressure on him. Oh, Showtime's parking on Maelstrom.
Yep.
Oh, Maelstrom just keeps blowing up West. West is just going to be a melee bot here soon.
West is down to 1500 max Dura.
With these explosion numbers coming from Maelstrom, he has to have less than 50 munitions. Looks like Sam took another crit while I wasn't looking, because I turned and I just saw him repairing.
I didn't notice either, yeah.
Well, looks like Attila is going for Rubik. Tim also has heavy bombing, so they have 2 heavy bombers on their team.
I believe 3, because Showtime is also probably... Oh, Showtime is on the chain shot, right?
Flame. Vulcans.
Oh, Vulcans. My bad. Alright. Here's that skill again.
Yeah, 25 trash talk and play, folks. Ooh, 1500 crit on Tsunami.
Yeah.
Both
Tsunami was surrounded a little bit.
Yeah, both teams are very defensive, though. This fight might go on for a while. Unfortunately, our second fight might be delayed because of this. Oh, Team Predator is hitting a lot of mines. Oh, Tim got sunk by Hurricane.
Yep.
That's not good. That's a big part of their team. Showtime really need to make something happen here. You can't be 4v5 for too long because it just drains your resources of the team. That's one less person repairing.
Absolutely. And in your opinion, because 2 of them are heavy bombing for a majority of the time, do you think that takes away their firepower a little bit?
If they're not responsibly swapping skills, definitely.
But at this moment, they definitely need to make some quick move, and hopefully they can take down 1 or 2.
1300
Tsunami
crit
was taking was taking crit. But his max Dura is still kind of healthy.
Oh yeah, he's very healthy. I don't think they're shooting through him anytime soon. Oh, another 1100 Dura crit. Maybe they will. Looks like Sam 98 has been cornered. If I was him, I would stay full defense. Another 1200 Dura crit on Tsunami.
Oh,
and
Tsunami's
Tsunami's
down.
dead. We have a 4v4. Oh, but Sam's got a big crit coming. He just barely lived. He needs to get out of here. Oh, another crit maybe? Oh, he just barely avoided it.
And now Showtime and Attila is trying their best to get into the fight.
Oh yeah, they need to hurry over to M. West and Sam before one of them dies. They can't lose their advantage here.
Yeah.
They really need to get Sam on the outside because he's not prepared to defense. Ooh, 1400 Dura crit on Rubik. Sam really needs to get to the outside because he doesn't have any Nagumi, Phalanx, any sort of damage reduction, I think. I don't even think he has a Stern Castle because I've seen very high repair scores on him all game.
Yep.
Ooh,
M. West
1300 crit on
took
M.
a
West.
shot.
I think if they can just watch Hurricane, they should have a very good time winning this. Ooh, that's a crit on Rubik, I believe? No, he just barely missed.
Close enough.
It was very close.
Now Sam is back to his
Heavy bomb.
heavy bombing job. Yep.
Well, that's a crit on Neverlast? Oh, no. Whew, my crit predictions are completely off today.
That's from the angle, I guess.
Yeah. It does look like Hurricane is targeting M West hardcore, which is smart because he is the lowest Dura fighter in this fight.
And the thing is, Maelstrom can just stick to him West
Oh yeah.
because he's millable.
And I've not seen him fire a shot, so either he's incredibly low and saving them all for a crit, or he straight just doesn't have any munitions left.
We will see. But I gotta say, Showtime is doing a good job in terms of restraining Rubik and inside for the entire fight.
Oh, for sure. They have been doing a good job with HP against Hurricane and Rubik too, but unfortunately, it's hard to counter a row ship when you have HP, because you just get back to max speed so quickly.
Absolutely. Once you slip a little bit, he'll turn on the row, and he'll be on his way.
Yup. It does look like Showtime actually has a Gatling gun, which is very scary, because that's an extra 100 Dura to a critical on average, which makes for very high crits if you can time it perfectly right.
Especially in those long fights, when the max Dura gets eaten away little by little.
Was that a crit on Neverlast? Ooh, only minus 500. He was full defense there. Smart man.
He is still in the very healthy.
Oh yeah, he is. Ooh, minus 1100. Oh, go ahead.
And if you pay attention, M West is down to 1400 max Dura.
Oh yeah,
1394 to be precise.
He's got to be careful. If Hurricane has penetration on, I do believe he's one shot. Ooh, minus 1100 on Showtime. Luckily for Showtime, Hurricane is using scope, so he's not very scary up close. But
and another crit, 700, close to 800.
Honestly, if I was M West, I would just melee Hurricane and never let him leave.
That would be a good strategy, because at this point you really want to keep those telescope in your management.
What? And Showtime's in melee with Maelstrom. He's going to start training bombing him, or secret blast as it's called now. They need to get him out of there, and M West needs to protect him from being crit. Oh, it looks like he got out of there. Good. Oh, no, he did not. But now he did. I think this match is going to turn into a shoving fight here soon, judging from the position of the Admirals. Which, I do believe Attila's going to win, because in my experience, Galley, like Hurricane has, is much easier to push than a Turtle, if the Turtle user knows how to do it.
Absolutely. And they gotta be careful. If they gotta push it around, there's a chance that if you get too close to the outside of the ring, you know, bad things can happen.
Oh yeah. You're gonna panic, maybe you turn into a crit, or you just straight up run. And if you run, it counts as a death. You're out, folks. There's that Rinc 25 trash talk showing off again. Ooh, Sam took a crit. Ooh, minus 1300 on Sam.
That was very close.
Oh, double crit on Sam.
Good job on Hurricane side. That was a really good combo.
Oh yeah. He was in the right position at the right time. If I was Attila, I would start moving towards that edge though, because at this point, a lot of your players are down munitions. Maybe a push out is your only chance of winning. Because judging from the explosions I saw in Showtime, I don't think he has much munitions left. Hurricane is getting major distance. I think he knows what the game plan is.
Yep, Hurricane is on the loose.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that's one part of Telescope, though. Once you have the number advantage, you can just snowball in it real quick.
Yeah, you
Nobody will be there and just stop you. And somehow he got in melee with Showtime.
How unlucky. And he's 3v1 too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Attila and M West can get something done on Neverlast? Ooh, that's a well-timed crit, but he's still alive.
Yep, he has double shot defense on, and probably evasion as well.
Oh yeah, and DHP, so good luck critting him from the front. I think this is gonna...
Another heavy crit.
Ooh, yeah, 1400.
Showtime, yep.
He can't take many more of those. Fortunately for Attila, it appears none of them are running armor deterioration bullets, so if he really wants to, he can just anchor against the edge.
Yeah, but I think probably on Showtime's mind, their team is still trying to put up a fight, and hopefully they can eliminate one fast enough so they can get back to 3v3, which is more balanced. Yep.
Oh, I just saw MS fire. He is saving his shots for when he gets crits. Smart man. Rubik is on the loose, though, and that is a scary person to have on the loose, because I do believe he's running MGHPs or Karos. Whatever they are normal shot, which it's just going to blow right through your tanker admiral.
Absolutely. With the decreased max Dura, and we are about around 13, 14 minutes into the fight.
I think we might be almost 20 minutes into the fight, because we started at 9:03.
Oh yes, my bad. Yeah, 9:03. Yeah, a little bit more than 20 minutes.
Which is a treat nowadays, because with how high-paced the game has been lately, a 10-minute fight's most you get in heavy rounds, so it's nice to see a longer fight.
And people tend to be more careful. Oh, that's
1600 on Maelstrom.
Yeah.
If he gets hit by that one more time, he is dead, because he has the exact same Dura as that crit now.
Yeah, that one was 15, just a little bit more than his max Dura now. So.
Looks like
Attila is taking care of Rubik, and Rubik is obviously struggling to gain distance if he can.
Well, but I believe I just saw Rubik turn on DSD, so Attila might want to go elsewhere with this. Oh, M West got sunk.
Big bomber for Showtime side.
Oh yeah.
And now the situation is look very good for the Korean side, because they're on 4v2 now.
Right, especially considering Attila has normal shot, and I don't think Showtime has that many munitions left. Or sorry, Attila's on double shot. I said normal shot, didn't I? He's on double shot, so... But everyone
he's on double, yeah.
Yeah, everyone on the Korean side is very defensive against him. I really do think Showtime's only hope is a push out or Hurricane making a massive mistake, but I don't think he's going to, because he's running DHP, and he is not turning around for anything.
Yeah, looks like Hurricane is just trying to shovel Attila around to create opportunity for Rubik on the other side.
Yup. Oh, Rubik's headed over to Showtime. He might be going for a death crit here. Let's see if Showtime notices him. Oh, that's melee. That's not good for the turtle. Neverlast is coming to park, it appears. Oh, he got out. Rubik, I think, was actually very close to sailing out there. Did you see how far he went in the edge? On my screen, his little sail was like waving out there.
Very close.
I do wonder how much lumber they have left as well, because that is another big one. You can survive all you can 2v4, but you're not going to last long if you can't repair.
Absolutely. Especially, they've been secret blasting all the time.
Oh yeah.
I do believe that takes down some of the lumber as well. Does it?
It takes
Well,
out a tremendous amount of lumber.
Yeah.
I think we did some tests, and it's almost as bad for lumber as is your munitions. Secret Blast is a deadly skill. It was actually on the chopping block to be banned, but through testing, we decided it should be allowed. But it is probably a tanky team's best friend, though, because if you don't have that offensive power, you can make it so the enemy definitely doesn't have the offensive power as well.
Absolutely. You're playing on the resource,
Yo.
not just one shot. Because it's not BC, you can resupply anytime, so
Oh yeah, and in this,
you gotta plan it wisely.
Oh yeah, and if you leave the fight, you're out. Re-entering the fight is a forfeit for your team. Looks like Maelstrom took a baby crit by Showtime, minus 400.
Showtime just anchored against the edge.
Ooh, very smart. You can position it so that you never get crit with DHP. And as you see our trusty little cameraman, Mr. Ka, just roaming around.
I really wish at this point we can zoom in a little bit.
I saw a minus 1200 Dura crit on Attila. That's huge.
They gotta repair fast.
I need some better glasses for this.
They're down to 2 people, so their repair efficiency is kind of low at this moment.
Definitely.
Any combo crit will just send them away.
Definitely, and they're using so much resources to lumber, because it's only 2 people using it now. I do think Attila and Showtime are just trying to push him out. It's a boring strategy, but it works.
Sometimes it works.
But last MBL, they won a fight like this against, I believe it was Wakanda Task Force. It appears the Koreans Sibal is not happy with the strategy. Nevertheless is lodged a complaint. Accused them of camping.
Absolutely.
But I think it might be their only chance of winning, though. Because the way the Sibal is surrounding them, they won't have the opportunity to go offensive.
Yep. In a situation of 2v4, nope.
Ooh, I just see mines popping left and right in there. I do wonder who's laying them and who's hitting them.
Unfortunately,
oh, Showtime got pushed out.
Yep. Now it's 4 versus 1.
Yep, we gotta watch for a reinforce as well. If he reinforces, that's fight over. Oh, melee for Attila.
Attila's in melee. It was a failed part crit.
Ooh, he has 1347 Dura. I think 1 crit from anyone and he might be done for. Even full defense if he doesn't have that secondary defense equipped.
That is very possible. Even if next crit doesn't get him, the next one will.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because unfortunately, he is also Russian, so that means that his ping doesn't allow him to repair as fast as, like, say, a North American player. So it's going to be even harder for a 4v1 with him. Ooh, Team Predator is being very smart, too, with their placement. They're not letting him get that anchor against the edge.
Alright, melee engage it again. Wonder who is going to take the shot.
Oh, he took minus 75. Was that a disorder, or is Maelstrom just that strong?
I don't see any disorder, to be honest.
Oh, then I think Maelstrom just might be that scary in melee. That's going to be a big threat.
Yep. With Secret Blasting and then a strong melee stats, he's gonna become the nightmare for any Melibo ships
Oh, yeah.
and for the enemy teams.
Aw, and he got
Alright,
crit.
this is game.
Yep. Showtime
Let's
loss.
congratulate Team Shiba.
Oh, yeah, they did a good job. They played
Yeah.
that very well.
If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after.